Hi, math students, and welcome to your lesson on graphing linear equations in point-slope form. Our last video tackled graphing linear equations in slope-intercept form, which we've mastered by this point. So now we're going to go on to, well, what if our equation is given to us in point-slope form? How can we graph it from there? So let's remind ourselves what point-slope form looks like. From our study so far, we know that point slope looks like this. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. So this is the form of point slope. So we know that this guy right here, m, is the slope of the line, which is really going to help us graphing. The other thing that we're given is the point. We're given a point that's actually on our graph. And that point that we're given is the x sub 1, y sub 1. So if we can identify our point from the equation, that will be our launching point. From there, we can calculate slope and we'll have our line. So this is a little bit different than slope-intercept because in slope-intercept form, the B was our launching point, which was the y-intercept. In point slope, the point is our launching point, and that doesn't necessarily have to be on the y-axis. So let's take a look at the three color-coded point slope equations I've got here, purple, red, and blue, just like the last video. So let's start with purple. What you want to do, the very first thing you want to do is identify your slope and your point. Now, you have to make sure of one thing though, and this could take a little extra work sometimes. In the formula for point slope, this sign and this sign are both minuses. So if we have pluses, we're going to have to change them to minuses to truly identify our x sub 1 and our y sub 1. So let's go down here. And as you can see, luckily for us, the purple equation already has two minuses. So that's great. So we can now see that our slope is right here, -5. So my slope is -5, which we know we should write as -5 over 1, so that we have a clear rise, which will go down 5, and a run, we always run right, a 1 run. Okay, now here comes our point. This is our launching point. Okay, we know x sub 1, y sub 1. So our point coming straight from the equation, because I have my minuses, I can just take the number behind it. The x sub 1 is behind the x, that's 3. And the y sub 1 is behind the y here, that's 2. So how do I graph? Well, I start at the point, 3, 2. So let's go there. So from the origin, 3 on the x, 2 on the y. This is my starting point. And from there, I'm going to run my slope. So I'm going to come down 5. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And write 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, about right there, 5, and write 1. Or I could go opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left 1. And there's my line. All the dots should line up. We've got ourselves a linear graph. Awesome. Okay, let's look at the red. Now, the thing about the red is we're looking for those minuses. Okay? The red has pluses, but there's an easy fix. If you want to change those pluses to minuses, you simply do this. Y minus -6. Minus a negative is the same as plus. Equals 2/3 times the quantity x minus -2, because the double negative also means positive. Now you can clearly see your slope right here, your m is 2 over 3. That's your rise over your run. And your point, now that you have your equation written correctly, you take the number behind the x after this minus sign, you take the full number, so your x sub 1 is negative 2, and then your y sub 1 behind this minus, you've got yourself a negative 6. So our launching point is negative 2, negative 6. So let's go there, negative 2 on the x, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's that point. And now from that point, here's our slope. We're going to rise 2, 1, 2, and run 3, 1, 2, 3. Rise 2, 1, 2, 3. Rise 2, 1, 2, 3. And I don't really have any room to go in the opposite direction, so I'll just go with those 4 points. Perfect. Okay, and last but not least, our blue line. Okay, blue line. Y plus 4 equals negative 1/2 times the quantity of x minus 5. Well, we've got the minus here, so that's good. We got to change this plus to a minus, so I'm going to rewrite this as y minus negative 4 equals negative 1/2 times x minus 5. I don't have to do any switching over there. It's already minus. So my slope is right here, negative 1/2. And my point, x1, y1, is, okay, let's take the number behind the minus sign, behind the x. That's just 5. And then the number behind the minus sign, behind the y here, is negative 4. So my launching point is 5, negative 4. So from 0, 0, x is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 5, negative 4 as an ordered pair. And now I will rise and run. Remember, the negative goes with my rise, so I'm going to come down 1 and right 2. So down 1, right 2. I'm out of room that way, so I can go the opposite direction, up 1, left 2. Up 1, left 2. Up 1, left, up 1, left, up 1, left. Got lots of room here. And then I finish over there. So here is my blue line. So this is how you graph from point slope form. Okay? Kind of different. You just got to know whatever outfit is presented to you, whether it be slope-intercept form or point slope form, you need to know what to find. You need to know the graphical clues of each form so that you're prepared to graph. So thanks for watching.